Ooh, hello. I'm not on camera. This feels weird, but I wanted to bring you some interesting information because Nintendo's got some good stuff going on that you'll probably want to check out this weekend. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. This massive multiplayer mayhem sale just dropped, and it is insanely good. There are a ton of games across a bunch of genres, first-party stuff, indie stuff, third-party stuff, and the discounts are supreme, and I love what they have on offer. So you can browse the page. There's like tons of games. They got stuff like Splatoon 2, and you're going to find games like Stardew Valley and Fire Emblem Warriors. You'll find Mortal Kombat. You'll find the Lego titles. A lot of stuff from EA and Warner Brothers and Devolver, but I've highlighted the 15 games I want you to check out, the ones that I recommend and come with a SwitchForce seal of approval. All right, so let me know in the comments down below which of these you are interested in, which one you might pick up, or what game you are telling people don't pick up. That's equally important. Hit that like button if you appreciate finding out about games like this, and let's get on to our list. I'm going to kick it off with a party game, the party game, Super Mario Party. It is 30% off, $42. I think that's a really good price. Although there is Mario Party Superstars coming out, Super Mario Party is a different experience. Every character has their own dice block, there are different multiplayer modes, and it is the newest Mario Party. Remember, Superstars is kind of a remix of the past. This is, I guess, the current future of Mario Party, or if you just don't want to wait until October, this is a great way to hold you over, and it does have online, so there is value. They have updated this game, and it's still a pretty fun time. Now, I should let you know that all these sales run till August the 12th, and that includes Mario Tennis Aces. Also $42, 30% off. You know, golf came out, and thank goodness it just got its 2.0 update. I think that New Donk City, Ranked Mode, and Toadette really upped the ante. But Tennis Aces is basically complete. All right, it has all the downloadable characters, all the modes, all the extras. The online is great, and it is a really solid Mario sports title. I love this so much. It's perfect for couch play, and it's great for online. Golf could get there now that it is making strides in the right direction, but as of now, I think Mario Tennis Aces is the best sports game for Mario fans on the Switch. Now, Monkey Ball Banana Mania has drawn a lot of attention lately. People are really excited to see that collection come out. Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD is down to its lowest price ever for only $10. That's $67, and I think it's a really nice price. I'm not the biggest fan of Banana Blitz in terms of the Monkey Ball genre, but I do think the $10 price point makes this one worth it. And if you want to see if you are a Monkey Ball fan, if you just can't wait for Banana Mania, then you can't go wrong. It does have multiplayer options, and also fine as a single player title, but note there is no gyro controls. Now, I'm not mentioning Splatoon 2 because for some reason they only put it 20% off instead of 30%, but I am mentioning the Octo Expansion because it's the lowest price ever, 35% off, only $13. And if you've played Splatoon 2 and missed out on the Octo Expansion along the way, which I've heard a lot of people did, this is a perfect opportunity to grab it and learn about how the octopus side of things transpires in the world of Inkopolis. There's a lot of challenges and a lot of content and just a really interesting vibe and system. You're traveling on this subway, and it honestly, to me, seems like some of these elements might connect into Splatoon 3 based on what we've seen in the trailer. Just a great, really eclectic way to take advantage of all the Splatoon style and all the Splatoon mechanics and really push your skill set in that game. Now I'm going to flip things over to more of the indie side, and I have to tell you about Crawl. Crawl does not get enough love. I've been playing Back 4 Blood on the other platforms lately, and like I love Left 4 Dead, I love stuff like that. Crawl does it different, but has that same just awesome vibe where you get to be the bad guys. You get to be the monsters, and Crawl is $7.50. That's 50% off. I love this game. You all start off working together co-op, and then somebody goes down, and then they become the bad. And you get to level up your bad guys. You get to improve your good guys. It's just a really nice system, and it has this back and forth, this ebb and flow. It's like ping pong, but in like a action-y RPG type game, beat 'em up, and then the boss battles are just really cool, and you get to control the bosses. I don't know. I love Crawl, and I think you should absolutely check it out. I also think you should absolutely get Towerfall. Just don't even bother reading about it. Just get it. It's $4. Okay, it's 80% off, and this is one of the most long-standing multiplayer games I have in my household. Me and my brothers have played Towerfall for years. It is so fun. You're little dudes firing arrows. That's all you need to know. It's like single screen action, but it's such good multiplayer, fine-tuned controls, and it's from the guy that made Celeste, so you know you can't go wrong. You also can't go wrong with Snipperclips Cut It Out Together, which is down to $14. That's 30% off. This is the OG co-op experience on Switch. Like literally the first cooperative thing you could do on Nintendo Switch. I remember being at the Switch launch event. Reggie was there. Hi, Reggie. He has a new book coming out, and he was talking, and I was looking, and it was like, oh, you know, there's a stand for Splatoon, and there's a station for Zelda, and what the heck is this game with these colorful shapes? Is this like a budget title? Is this like an indie thing? And then I learned, oh, Nintendo is actually supporting the developers and helping them get their game on Switch, and it became one of the coolest IP Nintendo has worked on for this generation. I love it. I hope they eventually come out with a sequel or like a bigger game or something, but $14 is going to give you so much fun. Now, if you're not really a multiplayer fan, let me tell you about Catherine Full Body. All right, this one is 50% off, $25. I love me some Catherine, and it's a little weird because the game's a little weird, but I love it for the mechanics, okay? It does have a very unique story with a lot of risque behavior, but the puzzle system is really innovative. You are a man walking on blocks and moving blocks and pulling blocks. And that sounds so simple, but they do it better than I've ever seen it done. And the brain power required here, you're gonna feel like a genius. You know those great moments where like you solve a puzzle and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I did that. I could go win the Nobel Prize. That's what Catherine is like. And this is the full body edition, kind of like a remastered version, has a little bit of extra content and a really seductive storyline, if that's your cup of tea. But if it's not, Fogs might be for you. This is a cooperative cat-dog type game, except it's dog-dog. It's $17.50, the lowest it's ever been, 30% off. And it's a really fun multiplayer twist, okay? You're gonna be working together, trying to solve like environmental puzzles and kind of platforming puzzles and complete the levels as a two-headed beast. You're stretching, you're pulling, and you're trying to make sure that you're both accomplishing the same thing while operating independently. It's a really good one also just for like bonding. Maybe it's a younger brother, maybe it's a girlfriend, whoever it is. It's a really just that type of game. I appreciate it. Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville Complete Edition came and went with a whimper. Okay, the game is now 35% off. That puts it at $26, which still might be a lot for a Plants vs. Zombies game that seems to have soured the fan base. It's still good though, and it's great that it's on Switch. It's one of the franchises I've wanted on Switch since the beginning of the system, and I'm really glad that PvZ is here. $40, you know, that's less than retail full price, but $26 feels a lot better. I recommend it. This one actually ends on August the 11th. I don't know how big that online community is. I'm expecting it to be a little small, but Battle for Neighborville does have a pretty fleshed out single player campaign, and I say pretty fleshed out because it's fleshed out for PvZ. It's not fleshed out, you know, if you're going to compare it to a normal single player campaign, but I still think you should experience PvZ, and if you only have a Switch, this is a good way to do just that. Let's go to another cooperative journey, heaveho, $5 from Devolver. That's 50% off, and it's so much fun. All right, you're kind of working together, but also can be a little mischievous. It's just got that great mix, like Overcooked, right? And even like Fogs to an extent. You need to move from platform to platform, grabbing hands and swinging each other around, but you could just drop them. You might even splat them. You might even let them get bird pooped on. You have a funny face and you're trying to do this as a race. There's a timer and you got to get from A to B as quick as possible. It seems like it would be so simple. Like, oh my gosh, I pressed the button. No. This game is going to require dexterity, but most importantly, communication. And what I love in my multiplayer games is communication. It makes it fun. Like sitting there silently, yes, if the game's great, that works, but I love laughing, playing, talking together, and maybe even being a little bossy, getting the job done. heaveho is fantastic. I highly recommend it. Castle Crashers Remastered, that's a classic. $9, it's 40% off. It's the lowest it has been. It is your very prototypical beat 'em up, but it's got the Behemoth style. If you don't know the Behemoth, they've kind of fallen out of the spotlight the past couple of years, but they used to make a ton of cool indie games. Castle Crashers was like an OG Xbox Live Arcade classic. It has very creative boss battles, really cool powers, really unique characters, awesome visuals, a pretty lengthy campaign. It controls very well. It's just a must play if you like working together in that sort of side-scrolling beat 'em up style. I don't think we need to talk about this game because it is like a decade old, but I do like Castle Crashers a lot. Couple more here. Skullgirls Second Encore. If you're looking for a fighting game, this one's $15, down 40% off, okay? Skullgirls is really cool. I'm not the biggest fighting game fan. I'm more of like, I'll play Smash Bros. Ultimate, obviously. But this one appealed to me because I felt like the characters were manageable, right? It's got a lot of really creative characters that have super unique movesets, but it's manageable. I feel like some games like the new Guilty Gear are like just, oh my gosh, it's like math equations in my brain when I'm trying to press the buttons. But Skullgirls I can do. It has these short, quick arcade campaigns. Then obviously it's got multiplayer. The online multiplayer is really well done. The netcode is solid. And it's a fun cast. They are just such crazy creatures that they have created here, and I think it's the eccentric cast that pushes it over the top for me. We've also got Hypercharge Unboxed, which is a fantastic shooter on Switch, a system that has hardly any of them. It's down to $14, that's 30% off, and I'll be completely transparent, they have sponsored a video before, but I genuinely appreciate this game, and I think at 14 bucks, like, you should really check it out because it's got solid gunplay. They can do first or third person. They've got wave-based modes. They've got competitive PvP modes. Okay, they've got horde modes, and it's really just baked into this toy action figure style. It feels like Toy Story meets Call of Duty. That's how I always describe it, and I think that's the perfect way to sum this game up. And the developers have added a lot along the way. They've fleshed it out. It's a good time to buy, and $14 feels totally worth it. The controls and graphics are actually some of the best I've seen on Switch in this genre, so give that one a look. Last but not least, we have Risk of Rain 2, down to $10, lowest price, 60% off. This is more of your like run-based roguelike style multiplayer though, and it's 3D and it's got its own aesthetic and really cool action, different levels, different characters, different classes, a lot of cool weaponry, and it's just a fun time to play. I've kind of, roguelikes, you like them, you hate them, you don't, but this one, it feels like they nailed the stuff they need to nail. Risk of Rain 1 obviously was a side scroller, just like a single plain game, and then Risk of Rain 2 takes things to a whole bigger level. They've also updated this one to heck and bang. The developers continue to pour content in. I'm not sure if they're finished with that or if it's still going, but I know there's just a lot of community love for Risk of Rain 2 and what the developers have done. So there you have 15 awesome titles to check out in this sale, but I encourage you to go through the entire list. Like, there's a bunch of stuff, so sort through and see what you got. I'll put a link so you guys can find all the games in the description down below. Hopefully something here caught your eye and something can help you get through the weekend and enjoy your Switch more than ever. Let me know if you plan to pick anything up. I'd love to hear from you. Hit that like button if you had fun today. And until next time, everybody, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you a lot. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. SwitchForce out.